Hello friends, it's time for another bicycle movie, and this should be the most exciting destination I've done so far, the Lake District in the UK. This is the Mule. My 100-pound bicycle is ready for the trip. So first I'm gonna take the train to Zeebrugge because this is not an interesting leg in the journey. And then I'm taking the boat from Zeebrugge to Hull. From there on, every mile that I travel, I will pedal myself. Selfie video. I'm now cycling from the train station to the ferry boat. I'd like to film myself as I'm getting on and off the train and the boat, but it's very difficult to do. It's enough of a hassle as it is. It's a bad day for wind energy. I've arrived in Zeebrugge. This is the beach and business is very slow. I better go find the terminal and check in. My boat is waiting. This is the room in the boat. Really small. But I've got my own toilet, my own shower, everything. Just like Las Vegas all over again. You wanna see something I really love about England? Ta-da! This is a wonderful chocolate. We're leaving the port, and boy, the boat is vibrating. Good morning, this is the morning of day 2. I've arrived in England and I woke up to this very scenic view you see behind me. I slept very well on the boat to my surprise. So now this is the first leg of my journey in England and I'm gonna drive from Hull to York. Took forever getting out of the ferry terminal. But now I'm finally cycling in England. Now I'm in trouble. When you take bicycle routes on the GPS, you run into these. And when you take routes for cars, then you keep running into streets that don't allow bikes. Besides, I like riding on the main roads, you know, you can always stop for a sandwich. Now I have to get used to driving on left. According to my GPS, the road from Hull to York was almost flat. Yeah, right. I've made it to York. York, the first campsite. This camping is very nice. This is what they call a shower here. That's bigger than my living room. First day in England. Fish and chips. Day 3, waking up. It looks like it is sunny. As soon as the sun went down yesterday night, it got very cold. I was lucky to have my infrared light. Today I'm going to explore York. I'm gonna take the bus into town from the camping, so I don't have to leave my bike in the city all day. English breakfast. The city walls of York. York Minster. The York City Wall has a bit of a Chinese wall experience. With a little imagination, of course. Partly cloudy, and now all this stuff. And all this stuff has to go on that bike. An air balloon that's got nothing to do with anything else. I did it. The mule is ready. So today I'm going from York to Thirsk. 30 miles and 50 altitude meters. It's cloudy, but the English landscapes still look very nice. You see that blank spot on the mountain? It looks like a horse. Arriving in Thirsk. This camping looks very nice, but the reception was closed, so I called the number that was on there and they said I cannot stay here with a tent. Now I have to go look for another camping. Haha, it was a horse, it was not my imagination. So this is my camping in Thirsk. It's by a race course, as you can see. But I don't have electricity. I've seen 4 campings in the neighborhood and it's the same everywhere. The situation being what it is, I might as well do my own imitation of the Blair Witch Project. It's now 8:30 p.m. and I'm going to sleep because it's dark outside and it's dark inside. I don't want to deplete the batteries because I might really need this torch. Good night. Hi, this is day 5. I woke up in the tent and everything is very humid. Even the inside of the inner tent feels wet. Then I went outside and I saw why. The mule is ready. I hope this fog clears up because this is gonna make for dangerous riding. So today I'm going from Thirsk to Barnard Castle, which is just under 40 miles with 400 altitude meters. Five miles to go till Barnard Castle. This is very typical for Yorkshire. The Mule and I have arrived. This is the camping in Barnard Castle. And it has electricity. I mean, wow. This is the same font as they use for the smoking kills warning on a pack of cigarettes. The fish and chip truck has arrived. This is why I like having electricity in the tent. The infrared light. It's 100 watts, but it makes a big difference in a small tent. It's foggy this morning. Today's September the 11th. Let's think about that for a while. Anyway, I have to go from Barnard Castle to Appleby. It's very cold. I could have worn gloves. I'm getting a free concert here. Uh-oh. What do you think? Radioactive radiation, maybe? This happens a lot outside of Belgium. It looks like you're on a highway, but you really are allowed to drive the bicycle here. This morning I complained about not having gloves. Now the sun is breaking through the fog and it immediately gets very muffy. It's all fine by me, as long as I don't have to use the R word to describe the meteorological conditions. Yes, I like very much. Till yesterday I thought, okay, this is a little bit like the south of Belgium. But now it's getting better. The camping in Appleby. Unbelievably quiet here. Appleby in Westmoreland. I'm going from Appleby to Keswick. Ta-da! That is where this trip is taking me. They do have busy roads in the UK, don't they? I've arrived in Keswick. This is my room and this is my view. Now I'm really in the Lake District. I'm gonna spend the day in Keswick. Roll a coin, make a wish. Hiking around the lakes. Now I'm asking myself, would it be possible to walk up there? I'm gonna try, but I don't know if it's possible. Maybe this takes 3 days or something, but I'm gonna try. I just cycled up to here. Yeah, I do bicycle travel, but I'm not in the shape to do this. Oh boy, I really hurt my lungs. Now I'm gonna try to walk up the mountain, and maybe it's not a stupid idea because there are other people doing the same thing. Yeehaw! This little path is extremely steep. It's very tough going. Not quite there yet. I think I'm getting close to the top. It's really steep now. I sound like those guys climbing the Mount Everest in thin air. So here we are, and there were some people with a map, and they knew the height of this mountain, and my GPS is right. 865 meters. I wouldn't go down that way. So my tent is by that lake. I'm constantly struggling not to create a human avalanche. It's really slippery when you go down. I've got a long way to go. Oh yeah, why not? That guy is just cycling up the mountain. I thought it was hard enough on foot. Ta-da! Here I am back again. Took me an hour and 20 minutes to get up and an hour to get down. Good morning. Started with a very steep climb. You see, down there is Keswick. Up there is the mountain I climbed yesterday, and now I'm going to Windermere. The roads here look like something out of a BMW commercial. Waterfalls. And a very small town called Fisher's Place. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the camping in Windermere. Looks a bit like a golf course, doesn't it? They've got absolutely everything here. The laundrette, restaurant, supermarket. You don't even need to go out to get anything. Electricity. Exploration of Windermere. That is about the most interesting thing you can see in Windermere. So I'm going to another town called Bowness. Bowness. Why not take one of these cruises? Beautiful roads. My trip is now about halfway. Tomorrow I'm leaving the Lake District and I start making my way back home. Bye bye lakes. If you want a camping near Windermere, this is seriously recommended. They do tents with electricity. They have a supermarket, a restaurant, a laundrette, a game room, everything. Good morning. It's foggy and yet it's sunny. I don't know how they do it, but somehow the trips I make always start with a very heavy climb. My brakes are really suffering here. Here it goes even steeper, look. Gee. Why did the chicken cross the road? A strange white mountain. The camping in Ingleton. Now let's take a look at the town of Ingleton. That was the Ingleton pottery. Good morning. Okay, so today we're going from Ingleton to Skipton. This little bridge works on human power. This is the camping in Skipton. is just like camping on a farm. But I do have a hookup, and the bathroom and shower building looks brand new and clean. So now we'll go have a look at the town of Skipton. I've seen this in a few places in England, a yellow bicycle. I wonder if it means something. There is something really remarkable about the weather. Ever since noon yesterday when I got here, it's been like this. It's like seconds away from raining, but not a single drop of rain. Even the inside of my outer tent is dry, so I don't have to separate inner and outer tent. Saves a lot of time. I spotted another lake. Between Skipton and Leeds, it's not part of the Lake District. Another yellow bike. Now I asked somebody. It was because of the Tour de France. Yellow bike, yellow bike. This is the camping in Leeds. You might notice a difference in video quality. The memory of my Nikon AW100 is full. So now I'm using my Samsung cell phone to make more movies. I'm gonna have something to eat. Wonder this time where she's gone. Nice place, except for the stupid music. Today I'm taking the bus to Leeds to explore the city. Of course I got here and the next bus is in half an hour. I'm in the center of Leeds and they do have a lot of statues here. A word of advice, guys. If your girlfriend likes shopping, never ever bring her to Leeds. So I think we've seen enough of Leeds. Now I took the bus back to my bike. Today the Mule and I are on the way from Leeds to York. Sometimes I look at a busy road and I think to myself, wouldn't it be more efficient to make a conveyor belt? This is the kind of stuff you get on a cycle path. This is why I like the main roads. Good morning, people. My last day in England. There's not a cloud in the sky. But look at the tent, it's just completely dripping. The humidity is unbelievable. Now all there's left to do is drive to Hull and take the boat home. The road from York to Hull. Mostly boring, but this was kind of a nice view. Now I'm in Hull, but it's way too early to go to the ferry terminal. This is the River Hull. I was hoping I wasn't gonna see these before I got back home to Belgium. Stupid cobblestones. In Hull, there are just hundreds of buildings like this. I like these little English cars. And now I'm at the ferry terminal. And that is probably gonna be my boat. Ta-da! I'm back on the boat. This is my little cabin. And this time I'm one floor up. I'm on the blue deck. When I came here I was on the red deck. The boat is ready to sail. Good morning. I'm back in Belgium, exiting the ferry terminal. Can you tell? That is what happens when you come home after a 2-week holiday. The mule and I are back home.